And we are ready for the Doctors of the Church expansion tutorial. And with me, I've got Bennett and Grant to help me out. Hey guys, how's it going? And the Doctors of the Church expansion, real quick, adds 28 new Doctors of the Church. You've got 8, of course, in the deluxe starter set, and then you can finish your collection of all 36 with the Doctors of the Church expansion. And Bennett and Grant are in the middle of a game right now. And let's see, I think it's Grant's turn, and let's see if what he's going to play here. Of course, a Doctor of the Church. Now, you'll notice here with each Doctor, they've got this icon right here, which is a quill to show, again, the Doctors of the Church are writers, right? They've written some amazing things. The church has said, you know what, if you're going to read anything, let's start by reading the Doctors, right? And it's not only writing that was applicable in the 13th century, but also, of course, we know St. Thomas Aquinas is applicable for all time, right? So that's what that quill represents. And here Grant has made a match, or several matches here. How many matches do you have? Just one, looks like, right?
Yeah.
One match, right? So when he plays a Doctor of the Church, and go ahead and grab your treasure, when you play a Doctor of the Church, you have an option. You can, if you want to, draw the top card from the deck and then decide to do one of 3 things with it. And so let's say in this example, Grant plays St. Thomas Aquinas. He could draw the top card if he wanted to and decide to either keep it or give it to another player or put it back on top of the draw deck. So it adds a little bit of strategy, and of course, as the Doctors do, they recommend devotion to other saints, so that makes sense that we would perhaps hand a card to somebody else. But one of the strategic elements in the Doctors of the Church is that when you play a Doctor, you've got an opportunity to give a card to somebody who might be going out, so you can extend the game a little bit, right? In this case, it doesn't look like Grant is going to play or draw a card. He's going to play another Doctor here. And we've got St. Alphonsus Liguori. How many matches do you have, bud?
See here. Doctor, Pastor, that's 2. Then 3. That's
Religious man.
Religious man, and then the...
And of course, the matching the quills is another match. So here's another thing with the Doctors is they not only have their own color around the outside, but they also have their own symbol. So a Doctor matched up with a Doctor is automatically always going to be 2 matches.
And then 5.
Yeah, and then Western Europe, right? So you would get 5 for that match. Now, here's the thing. If Grant had played St. Thomas Aquinas and drawn his card to either keep or give away or put back, his turn would effectively be over. But because he didn't do that and he played his second card, and again, when you play a second card on your turn, you need at least 3 matches. He gets not only 5 treasures, but then he can activate the Doctor feature as well. So he's going to draw a card and he's going to take a look at it and decide, does he want to keep it or give it to Bennett? He's going to give it to Bennett. Or put it back on top of the deck. And so Grant's turn is done. And what does Grant say when his turn is done?
Pass.
Pass. And now it's Bennett's turn. All right, Bennett, looks like he's got some Doctors. What is he going to do? He's going to play St. Catherine of Siena, Doctor of the Church. And you can see here we've got 1, 2 matches because they're both Doctors, and a 3rd match because of Western Europe, right? So then Bennett would get 3 treasures. Now here is a little spoiler for the Stigmatist tutorial, because St. Catherine of Siena is, of course, a Stigmatist. So let's go ahead and do it. We're playing the Doctors of the Church and the Stigmatist expansion at the same time. So then Grant is going to grab 3 treasures, and if you don't know what we're doing here, you can watch the Stigmatist expansion tutorial. He's going to put the 3 behind his back, and then Bennett is going to pick a hand. Which hand? Is he putting 3 in one hand and 0 in the other? Let's see. All right, he got an extra treasure, right? Very good. And because he played St. Catherine of Siena, did you already draw your card? Let's go ahead and draw your card and decide if you're going to keep it or give it to Grant or put it back on top. And he gives it to Grant. So the Doctors of the Church, when you play them, again, you get those 3 options, but keep in mind that if you use those options on their first card like Bennett just did, even though he has another Doctor that he could play or maybe another card, his turn is over. As soon as he draws that card and decides to either keep it or give it away or put it back, his turn is over. So the strategy is, if you've got 2 Doctors, play one, then play the second one, and then you can go ahead and activate the Doctor feature there. But that's the Doctors of the Church expansion. Thanks again so much for watching, and we'll see you all in the next video.